Hey folks, our first um, larger assignment here in the civics unit is a bill analysis. And with the bill analysis, we're going to sort of leverage some of the things that we've learned up to this point, specifically with respect to government and politics. Let me take you through this activity. In short, what you're going to do is you are going to find a bill that is in the process of becoming a law, and you're just going to analyze it. You're going to figure out who the sponsor is, where is it, which committees does it go to, and all that sort of jazz. And there will be project details. But let me take you through actually an example or how you might navigate this site. Okay, so I provided this link for you on the project details, and this is where it takes you. You can look at the top bills. Pretty great place to start if you wanted to. And you can see some of the bills that are out there right now. And George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, Animal Rescue Plan. So you can see these are the ones that are the most searched right now. COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act. So take a look at, maybe we'll just look at this one here. It's getting a lot of press. So let's use this as an example to sort of parse out the different elements I'm going to ask you to look for. So first off, you're going to need the name and the number. This is the name, George Floyd Justice and Policing Act of 2020. This is the number, HR 7120. This H means that it started in the House, and the R indicates that this is a bill. You can have such things as resolutions. They don't really have teeth. They're kind of like statements, like the Senate stands in solidarity against hate crimes or for Muslims, something like that. They don't really have teeth, but they're statements, and words of course matter. But we're looking for things that say HR as opposed to HRES or SRES. It could also be SR. That's a Senate bill. Odds are most of the bills that you're going to find are going to be House bills, though. All right, so we see where it's at. Okay, it was introduced, and it has already passed the House. So this is, if we check the tracker, this is where we're at. Actually, let me go back and see if I needed this one from the more recent Congress. Come on now. No. There we go. See if this gives us, okay. I think this was amended. So yeah, this is what it should look like. So it introduced, it passed the House, and it is, it hasn't been introduced in the Senate yet. So it's on the Senate to sort of do that. What else do we know? This is our sponsor, Representative Karen Bass, from the 37th District of California. And the D indicates that she is a Democrat. Here's a summary, which is important. Oops, you don't have to read the whole text of the bill. That's not sort of the point here, but to just read, the summary, all right? Get a sense of what it's about. Don't be fooled by the names, just based on a name, don't already decide that this is something that you're in favor of, because names can be really deceptive. All right, so read that, making sure that you're figuring out what the problem is, what the solution is. So we know that this is a sponsor. Let's take a look at the co-sponsors. And what we're really looking for is this a bipartisan bill? That is, are individuals from both parties co-sponsors of this, or is it all just one party? And we click on that, and we discover that all 199 are Democratic. If there were Republicans, they would be noted here. as well, and tells you exactly who these co-sponsors are right there. Okay, so this is a partisan bill. Another thing I meant to note, committees is also something that you're going to want to figure out as well. It went to the judiciary, the armed services, the energy, and the commerce, and actually it passed the process of going to these committees, being approved, and then passing the House. It doesn't say at this point. It hasn't been introduced to the Senate floor, so you don't know which committees it's actually going to go to in the Senate. All right, so I feel like we've done a pretty good breakdown of all the information we need on this site. That's sort of the data collection. And then we're going to figure out a little more about this person here. And if you go to this site, I think it's a great site to start. You put in Karen Bass. A few things will pop up, but what we're looking for, oh, actually it went right to her place here. Okay, so let's learn about her. Thinking about what are the sort of important features we talk to as far as politics go, right? Caucus, party, constituents, all right? So she is in California's 37th congressional district. Let's click that to figure out exactly where that is. And we see that it is Southern California, including parts of LA County. All right, so you get some sense of, you can even do a deeper dive and figure out the demographics of those areas, right? And what sort of people reside in those areas. So those are their constituents. That's important. All right, we got a member of a Black caucus, and in fact, the chairwoman of the Black caucus. Figure out other caucuses that she's a part of. We also talked about the importance of PACs, right? And monies. So, oops, that's not it. If we go to this opensecrets.org, we put in, what we're looking for is this campaign finance summary. Click on that. And this can give you some indication of what sort of monies she's receiving. So, and you can click on all these things. There's such great information everywhere. Let's see, what kind of people are giving her money? Actually, 60% male. It's interesting, right? Let's look at our PACs. You can see like the different monies amounts. So quite a bit from labor, okay? And this also kind of breaks it down. I mean, from this individual, it's interesting because labor is actually pretty high up here for that one. But if you look down here, 70% is actually coming from business. And then 22% from labor. And then 5% is ideological. And again, ideological could be any belief system. It could be a religion. It could be a belief like reproductive rights. It could be a belief like eradicating guns. Okay, so these are the things you kind of want to figure out. If I go back here again, I want to go back and show you how to sort of navigate this site. You can choose a whole lot of things that are not on that top 10, and you just got to put them in here. So for instance, guns. And it gives you an indication of, and again, we're looking for these bills. All right, see if I can find a resolution. I don't see any resolutions. Actually, a year ago, well, then women. Let's see what we got here. Here's a resolution. Again, no teeth. We are looking for things that are bills. Here's Women in Climate Change Act of 2021. It's introduced. You can see the different committees it went to. Let's see if there are any. It's a Democrat. Any Republican co-sponsors? What do you think? See, it's so fun to look. And there aren't any. Oh, but if there were. All right. And this kind of brings us to the real final piece here. And you're going to find a lot of partisan bills. The final piece of this is, how do you sweeten the deal for both sides? How do you make this bill passable? Drawing on the importance of compromise that moved the needle with the development of our Constitution, what sort of compromises can we make here? All right. Um, in order to pass something that is perhaps not perfect, but better. That's sort of the final component of this analysis that you're going to do. Okay, so there will be project details. It'll spell these things out, but I did want to make a screencast that sort of takes you through the different sources, shows you sort of the opportunities, the places to click, the ways to search. And again, you can do so much stuff in here. Maybe you just want to go to school. What are the things about schools? Maybe you're interested in STEM education. Like really, you can be pretty specific with your terms you put in this. You can put dreamers. Let's see what's here. Really, don't be limited by what you think might be in here, but truly find something that you're passionate about and see what sort of politicians are working on those things. And then, the final step, right, being um, if these, let's see, Homeowners for Dreamers Act, let's see, we got 29. Let's see if there are any Republicans on this. Fingers crossed. I'm cautious. Yeah, partisan bill. How do we make these bills so both sides can come to an agreement? And it'd be tough. It's tough. All right. I can go on, and really, these are rabbit holes for me. It's really just exciting to see what's out there, who's doing what. You're gonna find some bipartisan agreement in some of these bills. I know the ones we looked at, maybe up to this point, are a little bit sad, but you'll find some. All right, team. I'm signing off.